Srimati Madhavika Rai, Chairperson of the IILM University, Dr. S.Y. Qureshi, former Chief Election Commissioner of India and Chancellor Designate, Dr. Sujata Sahi, Vice Chancellor Designate, Srimati Smita Girjat, Director IILM University, Sri Pawan K. Vama, our diplomat, the invitees for today's meeting. I'm sorry I'm not in my normal listing back because I am having some ulcer in my mouth, tongue also. For last 7-8 days I was running with a running nose. But I was running, I use the word running because I went to Karnataka, went to Himachal, went to Manipur yesterday, went to Assam day before yesterday, went to Meghalaya one day before that. And I came back and doctors told me rest for 2-3 days. But I went to Kurukshetra yesterday morning and this has resulted in this present situation. So I am not that much comfortable to speak. But as education is my passion, which should be the mission of the country. So I thought I should not commit any omission on this mission and come over here and attend this function. This Institute for Integrated Learning in Management, I am really delighted to inaugurate this university. I would have been happy if I am in a position to go over there and do it physically. But as I am not able to do it, then I have inaugurated through this. I am also glad to know that the university mission is in sync with the vision of the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi to create a new India on the basis of inclusive economic development through education and skill development among students. Education is important, skill development is important, skill upgradation, and also inclusive development. That's the need of the hour. Over the years, we did not focus enough on the inclusive development. That's why you see the disparities which are increasing, which are no good for the country. So we have to focus more and more on inclusive economic development, and that's possible through education and skill development. I am sure this university is going to make an important contribution in realizing the dream of an educated and skilled India. However, it should be remembered that the education of an individual does not end by merely acquiring degree or employable skills. Education is meant to develop a holistic personality with the qualities of head and heart. As Swami Vivekananda has said, education is the manifestation of the perfection already in man. Indian people, Indian soil, Indian water, Indian air, Indian culture, by and large, we have inherent talents among each one of us, irrespective of whatever profession we may belong to, whatever community we may belong to. There are inherent talents available. What is required is recognize, encourage, upgrade the skills. That is what is required to be done. The education should not only prepare our youth to face challenges of a technological-driven knowledge society, but also make them analyze critically and come out with innovative solutions to the problems faced by people. They should be confident of dreaming big, aiming big, and exploring uncharted territories. At the same time, students should remain rooted to our culture, our tradition, customs, and history. That should be the foundation of any education. Our culture and heritage, which is time-tested, that should be preserved. And also, we must also live with the nature. We have played with the nature, nature is playing with us now. It's not only the case of India, it's the case of the globe also. So that's why I suggest that nature, culture, together for future. That should be our approach. There is a need to revamp and reorient higher education system in the country to equip students with the demands of a knowledge-driven world where there are more than 800 universities in the country. It is a matter of concern that none of them figures in the top-ranked global institutes. Merely expanding infrastructure with sleek-looking buildings will not make an institution excellent unless it imparts education of highest standards without compromising on quality. Our university should move in that direction by making necessary changes in the methods of pedagogy. I am glad to learn that the vision of this university is to be global, inclusive and responsible. Indian civilization has always considered the world as its family, Vasudhaika Kutumbam. Our commitment to cause of climate change, solar energy and conserving nature will hopefully get reflected in educating students and making them globally responsible citizens. Mahatma Gandhi was foremost proponent of this philosophy of being responsible. His 7 sins, what is advocated at the time is, and identified 7 sins: wealth without work, pleasure without conscience, knowledge without character, commerce without morality, science without humanity, religion without sacrifice, and politics without principles are a guiding principle for shaping the ethical ethos of individuals, society, country, and the world. Any profession we take, even including politics, in which I was there till recently, of course now I am out of politics. Politics has to be a mission, not for commission. But unfortunately, the fall of standards and the way things are happening, it makes all of us sad. I am not making commentary on one party or one person or one incident or the present this thing. Overall, we have to think in larger terms of national interest, which is missing at times. And also the fall of standards in every walk of public life, what is happening, leading to unrest of mind and also tensions in the society. That's no good for the advancement of the country. So friends, we should really think in terms of a value-based education, ethical-based education, knowledge-centric, and it should be interdependent. To get a holistic perspective, liberal and interdisciplinary education is must. I am glad to know that university intends to pursue this objective with vigor. Education in silos will not equip students for future. Liberal education with focus on technology, skill development and entrepreneurship will serve well the students, industry and the society. Information technology coupled with various scientific advances is changing our lives like never before. Therefore, the focus should be on futuristic technologies and students need to be prepared for jobs which do not exist. I am happy to know that the students doing a major in fashion or design or economics can also study artificial intelligence or robotics at IILM University. We need more and more such multidisciplinary and multi-skilled youngsters to meet future challenges. I am happy that you have already started an incubation center. Entrepreneurship is the need of the hour. Students must be motivated to start their own business and not depend on jobs alone. India is a land of entrepreneurs, and given the right opportunity, our youngsters can excel and create global business. With about 65% of our population aged below 35 years, we need to take full advantage of this demographic dividend in building a prosperous and inclusive new India. Education institutions like IILM have a pivotal role to play in achieving that goal. I am pleased to note that IILM has been part of the United Nations Principle for Responsive Management Education Initiative since its inception in 2008. The university's focus on the 17 UN Sustainable Development Goals, universal call to action, end poverty, protect the planet and ensure that all people enjoy peace and prosperity, and working closely with the UN Global Compact, India will allow it to be a responsible provider of higher education. Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, India's first Vice President, famously said, I quote, "The true teachers are those who help us think for ourselves." I hope the university will have such teachers and researchers, and it will also create such future teachers which we need in vast numbers. Lot of opportunities are awaiting. There is future for India, and I am sure 21st century will belong to India. The entire world is now looking to India. India is being recognized and respected everywhere. People want to come and invest in India. And the Prime Minister also has given a call saying that reform, perform and transform. Transformation at every level. Transformation of our thinking, our action, our conduct. All these things are required to make people's life comfortable, people's life happy. Sometime back when I launched a smart city project as urban development minister, people asked me, sir, how do you explain smart city? Smart city. Smart do not mean in height, weight, coat, boot, suit, hat. Smart is making people's life comfortable and happy. That is what is required. So we must move towards that. For that, we have to motivate our younger generation, change the mindset from the narrow, peripheral, these things, and make them as responsible citizens of India and of globe. That is what is required. I wish the university well and may it rise to greater heights in achieving academic excellence. That's my wish. I convey my best wishes. Thank you very much. Namaskar. Jai Hind.